I'm here with Sam Lama. We're gonna ask for some clutching tips.
Don't line you
I'm here with Sam. And we're gonna go for some catching tips. So Sam, you play for Mossman Minotaurs and Bankstown Boys. You play left wing and you're very good at surviving. More often than not, I see you being the last person standing. What goes through your head if you want to try to win that set?
Look, I think it's really about trying to outsmart your opponents. It doesn't really matter if you're better physically, but if you can outsmart your opponents, that's going to be good. So depending on the situation, often what I will try to do is if I'm against maybe a 1v4 situation, I will try to go for non-ball carriers at the start because obviously they're easier to hit because they don't have a ball. I do that until the players even out or it turns into a 1v2.
Yes.
Depending on who's closer or who's easier to hit, you go for them.
Yes.
I think a lot of clutching is really about outthinking the opponent rather than using your throw or speed or whatever.
In the terms of outthinking your opponent, means you need to play for a little bit, have a little bit of experience, so then you know the opponents you're versing, right? So you know their weak spots, you know if they tend to jump or tend to go low, and that makes you more accurate when you go to take them out.
That's correct.
That's the part of the outsmarting part, to outplay them as well.
Agreed.
And then also, I suppose the other thing is you probably have a lot of different strategies to try, and if it doesn't work, there'll be another strategy.
Yeah, I guess for me, I'm a bit fortunate that I have some good defense. Because of that, I'm able to survive a bit longer than maybe some others. So I think if you want to be clutching, you need to be either pretty good at blocking or catching.
Yes, that's true.
Then you have more chances to try out your different situation. If you can't block, then it's going to be pretty hard.
Yeah, that's true.
And I noticed you don't dodge much compared to blocking.
Yeah, because obviously blocking is my strength. So I guess the other thing is you do need to play to your strength.
Yes.
So for example, there will be other players in my team who, when they clutch, will actually rely on their dodging rather than blocking.
Yeah,
so this really depends on what your strength is. I'm a big advocate for being a specialist. So rather than trying to be good at everything, I would recommend that you work on one or two skills that are your strength and you just keep building that up to be a good top dodgeball player.
Yeah, that's true. Like if you work on your survivability, it means you get more game time, and if you get more game time, you get more experience, and then you can start playing around with whatever strategy or whatever play style that you like.
Yeah. I've been fortunate early in my dodgeball career to have been the last person standing a lot. So I think also, experience in the clutch, over time you accumulate it. So it's certainly good idea to practice those scenarios in training as well.
So that you're not
the more you do, the more you learn, and like when I do it, it's even automatic. So you ask me like what's going through my head, probably not much.
Yeah, that's true.
You just sort of automatically, instinctually doing these things because you've been doing it for years and years. In my case,
I think like if you're that last person standing, it should be a high pressure situation. But if you've been in that situation so many times, it's not high pressure anymore. It's more like analytical now and strategic thinking to try to win this set.
One thing that I like to do is time my throw. So I'm fortunate that I'm left-handed, but 90% of dodgeball players are right-handed. If I have a good timing, they're actually facing their body away from
He'll hit me right here, so I'm right-handed, I'll throw.
So that does help to be a lefty in a right-handed sport, I guess. But obviously, if you have good timing, then you're gonna get through anyone's defense because they're not actually gonna be in a position to defend you. Throw timing is something you need to learn. And again, as you guys said before, everybody has a different action, different throw. So learning their follow through, learning their action will help you know what the timing is.
I think one more thing that I find that you do quite well is when I'm against you, for example, I do the last, it feels like we're playing on your court, not you're playing on our court, you know what I mean? Is there some way you create that vibe?
I don't think so. I think it's sort of, I feel like that's something that maybe the opponent feels. I don't necessarily feel like I dominate the court or anything like that, but maybe potentially I built up a reputation where people have that thinking, but no, I definitely don't try to dominate on court. That's actually not my style. I'm actually more of a passive player, although when I am in a clutch situation, I feel pretty confident and I'm not really scared. So if the opponent is, then that's psychological advantage on my part.
That's right.
But
that's right.
yeah, I'm definitely not trying to intimidate anyone at all.
Yeah, normally if they're intimidated, they sort of put it upon themselves that they're like,
Yeah,
oh, I don't think I can beat Sam.
Potentially, I'm not sure. Yeah.
The confidence gives him that upper hand. And if I was to verse Sam, I should feel confident to beat him as well. But maybe because his confidence is so much higher than mine, that I'm like, oh no, he's gonna beat me. And he's already beaten me psychologically. Yeah.
I rely on my block a lot, and I'm pretty confident that I can block most players. Not everyone, but most players.
Yeah.
So I think that gives me that confidence. But certainly, if you're playing nervous, if you're playing with fear, then yeah, it's going to be pretty hard to clutch.
Oh, okay. Sorry to bring this up. That game against Monash.
Yeah.
That 2v1 against Alan.
Yeah.
And Alan ended up winning that set because of that catch.
Yeah.
What could you have done differently?
We probably should have jumped him. So what we did was we soaked and doubled a lot,
Yeah.
which I think is a perfectly okay strategy.
fine, yeah.
And to be honest, I got through his block, but he got a catch that stuck. Which
It's a
you know,
very
like,
unlucky catch.
so props to him, obviously. But I guess the only thing we could have done differently is done an aggressive counter rush on him.
Yeah.
'Cause that probably would have been harder for him to catch.
Yeah. Just changing up the pace
Yeah.
just to make him like not really know what's going on.
Correct.
But
So,
if you
yeah.
keep the same pace, then someone's going to have the upper hand. And you know, that comes to something else that I noticed. Stamina is massive key for being a last place standing clutching, because you have to last the whole team. So all 5 of your teammates are out, you're still standing, and then you still need to try to beat the team. Stamina is a big thing.
Yeah.
I know that you train your stamina quite a lot as well, hey?
Basic thing is to do running. So I do 5K runs. So if you have good cardio, I
Yes.
think it will help you, especially for tournaments like these.
Yes.
I think in my case, it's a little bit special because I feel like I've developed dodgeball stamina because I've been in these 1v4
You have,
situations so
you
many
have.
times. You know what I mean?
He's got
I'm
like
used
this
to-
extra energy bar
I'm used to that.
underneath.
Yeah, I'm used to that. I think I've developed my fitness just by doing that over the years.
I feel like it's
Yeah.
because you love dodgeball so much,
Yeah,
and when you're
yeah.
in that situation, it's like you have your second wind.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, like cardio is key. You'll be able to survive
Yes.
and, you know, last longer there.
Yes.
Pretty simple, nothing, no special formula.
Yeah, yeah.
When I'm lost, I dodge 2 lots, and
Yeah.
I lose.
Yeah, you lose heaps of stamina.
Yeah, I play.
Yeah, and then you start making
Yeah,
mistakes.
I mean, I guess it's different as well because a lot of players are dodgers, and if they're doing the opening rush, they use their stamina in that way, as opposed to I'm on the left wing. I'm basically only doing set throws and counter rushes.
Yeah.
So I do have a lot more energy stored up
Yes.
than the other guys
That
who
is
are more
true.
active as
That is
well.
true.
But certainly, I think training makes a big difference.
Yeah.
I remember playing this tournament maybe 2 years ago. Day 3, I wouldn't even be standing up. But still, I feel like I can play today. So, you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
yeah, you got to do the training, you got to do the runs or, you know, a bit of gym, whatever. That's important for playing at a high level.
Yeah, correct. Cool, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Sam.
Thanks, Sam. That's it.